The National Football League is on the air. It is always exciting to see the very best the NFL has to offer all in one place. And we have that here this afternoon as we welcome you to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Get ready to settle in for an entertaining 4 quarters. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway from Las Vegas. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
First and 10, here's Rodgers. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3, this is where the ball goes anymore.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now it's Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Eluding the and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, he's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll run here with the Saints' Alvin Kamara. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it makes things a little more interesting now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the NFC takes it all the way down the field to score on their opening drive. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 31, Mahomes. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Chase Young, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The AFC punt team out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A bad time for a roughing roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The AFC going to get the football here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The AFC going to get the ball first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Second and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. The AFC punt team out there now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 27, Rodgers, complete. Jefferson the target. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Rodgers now on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. From midfield, here's Rodgers. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rodgers again now. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing now is Rodgers. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Rodgers to throw once more. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. from just shy of midfield. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Bobby Wagner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Mahomes. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here. Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Mahomes will throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Mahomes to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game, barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.